of last week's exciting matchup.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Waldrop Stadium, home of the Patriots, for the rebroadcast of tonight's game between Homewood and the McAdory Yellow Jackets. Along with Larry Wygand, I'm Barry Copeland, proud to be bringing you this rebroadcast of this Area 9 game. Larry, it's a critical game that we go into tonight. We might add right off the top, we'll talk in just a moment about the fact that we come into this game pretty banged up. Quite a number of injuries in the game last week, and we'll report on those, plus have the starting offensive and defensive lineups for you. Before we do that, Larry, a quick word about McAdory. Coach Gann says they're pretty much a straight-ahead football team.
Barry, they have a star running back, Ralph Watford, who was excellent last year, and he had a knee injury, but he's a good one again this year. But he has a younger, more inexperienced line in front of him this year, so he's struggled at times due to his linemen. So, but it could be an exciting ball game. It's a good time to play Homewood for them.
Well, I tell you, we have three critical injuries, actually four critical injuries, as the band plays the Homewood alma mater. Let us tell you about those very quickly, and then we'll pause for the national anthem and be back for the kickoff. Kip Cowan has a knee ligament sprain. He is probable next week, but has not dressed out tonight. Brian Anderson, a slipped disc. He also probable next week, but will not play tonight. Eugene Sharp with cracked ribs, also probable next week, but will not play tonight. And out for at least the next 3 weeks and possibly 4, Michael Andrzejewski, the senior flanker, and free safety with a broken clavicle. In addition, Joel Maxwell, who holds for extra points, will not play tonight. He's been sick this week. Of course, Dennis Rowe out for the season with a back injury. On the positive side, returning are Shane Davis and Eric Moulton. And after we pause for the national anthem, we'll take a quick message from one of our sponsors and be right back with the starting lineups and the kickoff.
South Trust Bank is pleased to support Homewood High School athletics and wishes the Patriot football team a winning season. Whether it's community service or quality service at one of our convenient offices, South Trust Bank is working harder for you.
We are glad you're with us tonight for this rebroadcast of the Patriots game against McAdory. The only thing I'm a little envious of, Larry, right now is that our viewers watching this game know the outcome of the World Series, and we don't know it at this point. The World Series will be played final 2 games or possibly the final game tomorrow night. We will tell you that there is a little bit of a scramble in the starting lineups, and I want to run over those now as you look at the captains as they're ready to approach the center of the field. For your information, if you don't know the numbers this far into the year, let me see if I do for you. Number 2 is Henry Walburn. Number 22 is Martell Smith. Paul Owen is number 54. Number 41 is Tommy Lias. Number 4 is Kevin Miller. And I believe that's, is it John Whidden?
That's
number
right,
76 on the far right end. Starting offensive lineup. This is a little different from what you're used to. Some are the same, but there are some changes. At split end will be number 12, Scott Hazelden. Scott also the long snapper on punts and extra points. At one tackle will be 76, John Whidden. The other tackle will be 54, Paul Owen. Then at a guard tonight, in place of Jacob Pugh, the returning Shane Davis from the injury. At center, Jason Zarzer. And at another guard, number 57, Michael Coggin, will come in place of Kip Cowan. Then replacing Brian Anderson at the tight end will be number 84, the sophomore Kevin Stadinka. Starting at fullback tonight, number 41, Tommy Lias. Starting at tailback, Larry, number 43, Eric Moulton. That ought to be a powerful combination in the backfield. Replacing Andrzejewski at the flanker is number 10, Reggie Lias, and the quarterback will be the sophomore Michael Whitten. So before we go into the defensive starting lineup, that's a little interesting twist on offense. However, as you've pointed out, even though some of these guys are starters from the beginning of the season, when you play a new position, it's a whole new ball game.
Barry, you're exactly right, especially for the lineman. Shane Davis is used to the tackle slot, and now he's at a guard slot, and that means he may be having to shoot at a linebacker instead of hitting the guy right in front of him. Could be a whole different world. He's got to pull, a lot of different things. Quality ball player, but a new position.
A lot of different wrinkles. Well, on defense tonight, as you watch the toss of the coin and the entrance of the Patriots to the field of play, at defensive end will be Anthony Webby. Has been there all year. At tackle, 57, Michael Coggin. The other down tackle will be 75, Shane Davis. As you see that McAdory won the toss and deferred to the second half to decide what they'll do. The other defensive end then is 54, Paul Owen. So Webby, Coggin, Davis, and Owen, the down linemen on defense. At one inside linebacker will be the sophomore Jacob Pugh, number 50, who did a super job so far this year for us. The other inside linebacker is 31, Brian Narrow. Then at one outside linebacker will be Brian Carr, number 48, starting at the outside. The other outside linebacker will be number 2, Henry Walbert. The corners are Eric Pope, number 8, and Curtis Starks, number 1. Then Martell Smith, who has been starting at tailback, will play in the free safety position tonight and brings to that position, Larry, a great deal of speed at free safety.
Barry, you're exactly right. That's probably why they put him there, switch him away from the cornerback. He's been starting at cornerback for a large part of the season, but again, a new position, new player, along with 2 new sophomores in the linebacker position, and of course the corners didn't start the season there, but they have done a terrific job for us.
Well, and one other thing, too, sometimes the little things, but I would suspect that in the absence of Joel Maxwell tonight, would it be Michael Whitten probably holding, the quarterback probably holding for extra points and for field goal attempts. So a lot of different wrinkles as the Patriots are on the field and ready for the kickoff. We'll try and spot the numbers for you. The kicker for McAdory is number 11, Andy Whaley. And we'll try and give you the McAdory lineups and identify some of their key players for you. But as we say each week, what you're probably much more interested in are the key players on that Patriot squad. Bob Smith in his first season at McAdory, I'm not sure what their record is.
1-6.
1-6. So this is one that you'd like to think we'd win, but nobody's going to take it for granted as we're underway. Comes down to Martell Smith, right in the center of the field at about the 15-yard line, and he moves it forward to maybe the 28 or 29. Homewood with pretty good field position on the start there. Glad to have along with us Mike Whitten and David Dura up here in the booth, serving as official statistician and spotter, respectively. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Larry Hembry on the sidelines on the headset. Oh, and also in the booth tonight, John Poole. Hey, John, I didn't see you back there, but I'm glad you're here as well. Here's the first play from scrimmage for the Patriots then. The line of scrimmage just shy of their own 30. Whitten on the pitch back to Moulton in the tailback slot. And Eric out to the 35 and across the 40, and it'll be first down yardage as the big tailback, Eric Moulton, running not normally in the tailback slot, takes advantage of that weight and moves it forward about 12 yards.
Barry, at that time, watched the block by fullback. Tommy Lice put the man on the ground, and tailback Eric Moulton enjoyed seeing that block because he's usually been on the other end of that. That was being the blocker.
Lias in the fullback slot, and he has had an outstanding year, Larry. He has just absolutely had an outstanding year, and Eric Moulton now back to full strength, fully healthy after a concussion earlier in the season. Second play from scrimmage on the reverse. Reggie Lias moving around to the left end. A great block on the corner. Credit Shane Davis with a super block, and Reggie still on his feet, fumbles the ball. Looks like he may be out of bounds on the 39-yard line. Wow, what a block Shane Davis laid on their number 83. Watch it on the replay if we've got it.
Barry, he goes out, curls back around, and has a good crackback block on him. Also a good block that time by Hazelton out on the wide man that tied him up and enabled that long run.
Homewood chewing up yardage early. If you've just joined us, 10:55 remaining in the first quarter, so we're just underway. 2 plays from scrimmage and 2 big first downs for the Patriots. Now Whitten with a straight-ahead give to Lias. That's the bread and butter play that Tommy Lias has performed so well in the last couple of 3 games, and maybe he gets about 3 yards. Tackled that time by number 83 for McAdory, Mike Parsons. Plays their rover position and tight end on offense.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Patriots run left a little bit tonight because we have 500 pounds of a guard and tackle over there in between Shane Davis and John Whitten. That field may tip that way just a little bit during the night.
If it doesn't have a crown already, it will by the end of the night. Good point. See if it's an illegal procedure call. Penalty flags are down. There's your signal, a dead ball foul. The illegal procedure call going against the Patriots. They'll replay that one. Make it second and about 12 now. The line of scrimmage at about the 41 of McAdory. If you hear some tomahawk chop chants in the background, it'll simply be because there are Braves fans abounding in the stadium tonight. Now here's the give to Lias. Lias still on his feet and falls forward inside the 30-yard line down to about the 29. Good grief, he's at it again.
It's a lot of fun just to watch Tommy Lias play football. Here he breaks through the right side, keeps his balance. Watch the balance here. Isn't that excellent? Oh, and just keeps on going. Terrific run, Tommy.
Kevin Hull and Johnny Murphy combined to bring him down for McAdory. But Homewood now amassing their third first down in this drive and really apparently able to move the ball at will.
Looks like Martell checks in at the tailback spot for Moulton.
The pitch back to Martell Smith, and he's down across about the 25, 24 maybe. They'll just be able to interchange those backs pretty much at will.
They really will, Barry. That time Eric had a little shoulder pad problem, so that's why he came out just for the one play. But like you said, Smith just fit right in and took it around left end, no difference.
All right, a second down now from about the 24. Straight ahead goes Eric Moulton off that right guard. Moving off the shoulder, I guess, of Michael Coggin.
And it looks like the guy that was head up on Michael Coggin may be injured right now. Got an injured McAdory player.
Aaron Goodwin, number 22, made the stop, but it's hard to see the number from here. We'll take a look again. Perhaps it's just the breath knocked out of him. Looks like we are short of the first down by maybe a foot or a little bit more. Hope the injured player is all right. Homewood keeping it on the ground so far tonight, but already amassing a good bit of yardage in this initial drive. Larry, this is the third to the last on the regular season.
You're exactly right. We've got two more, and both of them will be here at Waldrop Stadium coming up. We've got Winona next week, and then John Carroll after that. Both area games, both big ones.
We've been blessed with good weather pretty much all season long, and I had some comments from different people who've watched our rebroadcasts, and they're hoping that we'll get to another stadium somewhere in the playoffs, perhaps that has a train track near it. They commented that seemed to be one of my favorite things about places like Pell City and Fairfield and other locations. Well, I'm sorry, go ahead, Larry.
Well, we've had a train, we've had a plane. We're going to have to get near water so a ship can come by.
We're still working on the injured player on the field. Wonder if this might be an appropriate time to, no, they've got him back up. I thought we were going to have a commercial break here for a second. The injured player is number 54, Brad Bradley, a defensive end for the Yellow Jackets, and he's off on his own power, so I hope he's all right. There you see the signal from the referees, third and literally inches. So Homewood with the third down possession play. On cameras tonight for our broadcast crew, James Valenti on one camera, Wes Gray on another camera. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say it? You guys give me the message on who's on. I know Wes Gray is one camera, Jack Munger's one, and Sheldon Sokol is one of the cameramen. Now we've got another illegal procedure penalty. What is that? Is that just
somebody moved somewhere on the offensive line? Had to be.
Well, there's the call. It subdued crowd so far tonight. Nothing really exciting to the folks, but maybe if we get a score in the next couple of minutes here, that'll liven them up a little bit. This is Eric Moulton. Well, he hits a wall at about the 20-yard line. He'll come up way short of the first down, and that'll bring up an interesting fourth down call for the Patriots.
You're exactly right. Fourth and about 2 would be my guess, Barry. Maybe 3, and an interesting call. Do you send in Kevin Miller to kick the field goal, or do you go for it? It's going to be a tough call here. Let's see what we do.
Looking on the sidelines, we don't see Kevin at this point. They apparently will go for it. Middle school head coach Dickie Wright signals in the play, and the Patriots apparently will go. 7:32 now remaining in the first quarter. Homewood looking at 4th and maybe a long 2. And we have a flag from the fella who keeps the clock, right?
Yeah, the back judge called delay of game. I think that time we were trying to draw them offsides, and we have done successfully 8 or 10 times, it seems like, during the year, but didn't work this time, so we're going to get a 5-yard step off, and now let Kevin try what appears to be, a 43-yarder?
The ball will be set down on the 43-yard line, on the 33-yard line. You add 10 for the end zone, so it would be officially a 43-yarder. Well within Kevin's range, I would think. The holder is Whitten. Snapper is Hazelden. Blocked. All right, McAdory just came barreling around the left side of the Homewood line and got a hand on it. It looked like it was Murphy.
Here's a replay on it. Let's watch. A little bit of a high snap. Not bad, though. It just, I don't know what it was. He got there.
Johnny Murphy is the player who blocked it for McAdory, and with the roll, they are in excellent field position. So Homewood comes up dry after a fairly convincing opening drive, but no points on the board. McAdory in business now at their own 42. See if we can set some of the players for you. 21 is their running back. That's Ralph Watford. The quarterback is Whaley. Andy Whaley, number 11.
Good penetration that time by Walburn, and it could have been Owen and maybe Coggin teaming up to make the tackle on that play.
I believe they're crediting Paul Owen with that. Gain of maybe 1 half a yard, perhaps. They split their backs. They show wide receiver right and a flanker left, but the give is to the tailback. And that's Watford again.
Looked like Paul Owen again in on the tackle, assisted by several others, Michael Coggin and maybe Henry Walburn again.
I believe Henry was in on that. There's an interesting shot we'll try to get for you on the sidelines down to the left of where our players in uniform are standing, and a number of players who are not dressed out. And I'm not sure if they're visiting from other teams or what, but it's a lot of guys who are not dressed out tonight, indicative of our injury situation. Again, Watford straight ahead. We'll have to see if he got the first down.
Looks like Owen and maybe Sean Shiplett in on that tackle.
Bradley Ray on the tackle for McAdory. Can you see from this vantage point?
Looks like they're going to measure for it. I'm going to say they're a hair short, but let's see what happens.
There's a look at some of the folks. I believe, is that Kip there? Some of the players returning who played last year. Someone told me Robert Davis was in the city. I don't know if LSU has an off week or not. If he's at the stadium tonight, we'll see if we can track him down and get an interview with him. All right, McAdory with the first down. They're in Patriot territory. We need to get something going defensively here. Good yardage by Ralph Watford. And he's got first down yardage, and it's inside the 40 down to about the Homewood 37.
Looked like he slipped through a couple of our guys, and Eric Pope had to bring him down from the cornerback spot.
You see it again. Watch him move left around the left end. All right. Another first down for the Yellow Jackets. It's a pass. The fake is to the tailback. Was complete, was it not, to about the 27? The receiver, Mike Parsons, playing at the tight end spot for McAdory. Ooh, just short of the first down, too. Probably second and a foot.
McAdory has a good drive going here, and the longer that something like this goes on, the more encouraged these guys are going to be, and probably the harder and harder they're going to play.
4 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. Homewood drove almost the length of the field but failed to score. McAdory now driving in the other direction. This one off left tackle. That's Watford again. Narrow with the tackle for Homewood. That gives them another first down. And Larry, they're chewing up some yardage on us.
They are. An impressive drive so far by McAdory Yellow Jackets.
David Dura points out something interesting. They run those backs side by side in what you call the pro set, I believe.
Well, it's a two-back offense, yeah.
And they move Watford 21 to the left one time, to the right one time, to the left one time, to the right one time, and but he's getting the ball most of the time. Now that time it was Bradley Ray.
Looked like Michael Coggin in on the tackle. There's a counter play right up the middle. They've been going wide, and they faked that with the counter, and it goes right up the middle, almost over center.
Shane Davis checking into the Homewood lineup. And checking out is 70. Is that Sean Shiplett?
Uh-huh.
Putting some heft in the line as they get closer to the Patriot goal. This was the give to Watford again. He's elusive. Down close to the 10-yard line, out of bounds.
Pulled down by safety, Martell Smith.
Watch it again. Their lateral blocking is really, really good, really crisp. They open the holes, and then Watford is a fast little back who can dart in and out. They are just shy of the 10-yard line, it looks, or right at the 10-yard line. They conceivably could get a first down, but if they did, it would be close to the goal. The give is off tackle. Watford the ball carrier again. Coggin with the tackle that time. At this point, Homewood needs to bounce back and cause a turnover, I believe. There's not a lot of enthusiasm out there.
That's what I was just sitting here thinking, trying to figure out how to say it, Barry, that the McAdory team seems more inspired and fired up and ready to go, and we're just not quite with it yet.
42 yards already for their number 21, or is that team? That's a team total, I guess. They've ground out a good bit, and they're now on our 6-yard line. Watford again penetrates the 5, maybe down to the 3. The going gets tougher and tougher.
This is a young McAdory squad. It's late in the season, and they've got experience now, and they're not playing like the young team that perhaps they were earlier in the season. They look impressive right now.
They do indeed, Larry. 10 plays in this drive, just one right after another, slowly grinding the yardage out. Yeah, that's a good point David Dura makes. 8 of the 10 plays in this drive have been give the ball to Watford. That time 31. And one of the officials signals a touchdown. So McAdory strikes first blood. The official time on it is 1:01 remaining in the first quarter. They're on the board with 6 against Homewood.
There's a very quiet Homewood crowd looking on right now.
That serves to quieten an already quiet crowd. Number 11, Whaley, the quarterback, is also the kicker. Kick in the air, and the kick is good. So 7-0 your score here with time.
That's going to be on Homewood.
Do see a flag in the backfield.
Unless they had too many men on the field. They're looking for the McAdory captain right now.
The signal, illegal participation against Homewood, right? Well, he signaled against Homewood.
No, I believe it's against Homewood. They're talking to the McAdory captain. They're going to give him the option of taking the penalty and going to the 1.5-yard line and going for 2 maybe, or taking the point and just, that's it.
Who was it said never take points off the board? Well, the teams are on the sidelines, and we'll wait for the official signal. The official signal is illegal participation against Homewood. The point after is good, so officially with 1:01 remaining in the quarter, the first quarter, score is McAdory 7 and Homewood nothing. Man alive, Larry, I think we need to come out with some kind of offensive thrust and get things going here. There's not enough adrenaline at this point.
They're going to accept that penalty, I'm afraid, and it's going to be on the kickoff. So they're going to kick off from our 45-yard line, which in essence will give them a free onside kick here, I believe.
What does that, when you say a free onside kick?
Well, I'm saying that they get to kick off from our 45, so let's kick it about 10 yards is what I'd tell them, down to the 35 of Homewood and take a shot at getting it.
Gotcha.
At worst, Homewood covers it at around the 35-yard line.
Right. Well, Homewood does send Pope back and Aham Sabry back, but they bring Martell Smith up, Lias up, both Lias brothers up.
That's an unusual kickoff formation. That's not a good onside kick formation, in my opinion. Of course, if they get it, it'll be a great one, won't it?
And they pound it deep, and it'll go into the end zone, and so it's a moot point. It'll come for a touchback at the 20-yard line.
When you're winning 7-0, you certainly don't question their coach.
I think our coaches were anticipating exactly what you described, Larry, and that was the possibility that the kick would not go the full distance because they moved a lot of people forward to be able to handle that football.
First time we had the ball, we had a nice drive, but several penalties stopped us. We stopped ourselves, and then a blocked field goal shifted the momentum to McAdory. We've got to take it back here. Let's see what we do.
Homewood with 4 penalties for 30 yards already on the young night. Here we are, 1st and 10 from our own 20, and the give to Moulton. Moulton running as the tailback, and he gets it out to maybe about the 22, couple of yards. Stopped by their number 22, Aaron Goodwin.
That was a strong performance by number 22, Aaron Goodwin. For them, he pulled down Eric Moulton pretty well by himself. That's no easy task.
Call it 2nd and about 8 then. We send receivers wide to the left, flanker wide to the right. To Moulton again. Penalty flag on the play. Eric has first down yardage across the 30, but a penalty flag was thrown.
That time, Eric Moulton was hit about 4 or 5 yards up and carried the fella for about another 5 yards. Now here's the penalties that if it's against us, this is what's hurting us bad.
See if we can pick it out here.
And it is against us. Look, he gets hit right there and carries that man 5 more yards.
Well, it appears the penalty will be against Homewood.
They're going to penalize from the spot of the foul, which was about the 26, and it's a major distance penalty, so it's going to go.
Holding is the call that you see there. We'll take it back to the
10-yard.
What about the 16, I guess, then?
There's another example of what I was saying. We had a first down going up the field, and now we're sitting there with 2nd down and, 14?
Right. Well, the snap came right as we were trying to call timeout. They gave us the timeout before the play, so I guess that was the ball was still dead at the time we signaled. Homewood calls timeout, and that's with 2 seconds remaining in the quarter. Is that Coach Newton on the field with him? Yeah, there'll be some discussion going on right about now, I would guess.
It looks like he's the only one doing any talking out there too, Barry.
Yeah, I don't believe Coach Newton taking a survey.
I think what happened there was they got down to the next sound was the ball was going to be snapped, and when Michael pulled away and said timeout, the ball was snapped right as he called timeout.
He must have seen something that was new looking to him or that was confusing to him. We'll just have to wait and find out. Maybe he saw the timeout signal from the sideline, Mike. I bet that's exactly what it was. Well, it's interesting. There's a lot of electricity in the air tonight, and I mean that literally. There's a game here at Waldrop Stadium, and right across the way, almost within rock throwing distance, John Carroll has a game in progress, and it reminds us to tell you that not next week, but the week after that, John Carroll will come across the hillside to Waldrop Stadium. That's the last game of the regular season for us. And in the interim, next week we play Winona in an unusual situation. Winona comes to Waldrop Stadium, but it is their home game.
That's correct. I believe we'll be wearing white jerseys here at home, so that'll be a new thing for all of us to watch.
All right, we've got it straight now. A split backfield, it looks like, for the Patriots. Let's see if we can set it up for you again. About 2nd and 14, the line of scrimmage roughly the 16-yard line. Our flanker is in motion. Fake on the pass, and the give is to Tommy Elias. Straight ahead, big yardage, out to about the 26. Give him a gain of 10. He'll still come up short of first down yardage, but it's a heck of a lot better than where we were a few minutes ago.
That looks like the end of the first quarter, and a nice run by Tommy. When we come back, it'll be 3rd down and about 4.
All right, we'll take a break and listen to this message from one of our sponsors as you look at the score, 7-0.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby. You hold it, you hear it, you taste it, it's right. You got the right one, baby. It's this irrepressibly lovable, unsurpassably callable, and intimately soulful. You got the right one, baby.
With 100% NutraSweet.
Dear Central Bank.
Oh, writing the bank.
Yeah.
They messed up the checking account?
No.
Had to wait in line?
No.
Rude tellers?
No, never. Rude husband.
Me?
I'm thanking them for all the trouble they went to and all the extra work they did so we could close the loan on this house.
That's their job.
In 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's Central Bank.
Central Bank. Unlike other banks, our prime interest is you.
Back to live action. You haven't missed a thing. Just at the snap of the ball, Whitten's pass is complete. Looks like to Martell Smith. Martell out to about the 41-2-yard line, maybe as far as the 43-yard line. So that will be first down yardage and enough for more. Gabe Johnson with a stop for McAdory, but that gets us out of a hole a little bit, Larry.
That was an excellent call that time. I'll have to admit I was looking for the run with 3rd and 3 or so, and nice little soft touch pass by Michael Whitten, and Martell did the rest out to the 41-yard line.
Looks like Wes Gray is going to be the star of sideline 92 tonight. So notice Greg Screws from Channel 13 out taking a shot of Wes Gray. Another pass from Michael to Reggie Elias. And Reggie is out across the 50 into Yellow Jacket territory down at about the 48.
Looks like another first down. A nice crisp pass from Michael Whitten and a good reception. That ought to start loosening them up a little bit where these backs don't come up so quick.
A little bit of a different offensive look here, and you're exactly right. The idea of loosening up that McAdory defense. Okay, a first down Patriots. The line of scrimmage at the 47 for McAdory. Receivers left and right. The backs are split. Now the give to Martell Smith running in his tailback position. Martell just picks and weaves his way across the 40 down maybe to about the 36 or 35-yard line.
You're going to see an excellent block by Paul Owen when they replay it. Watch this block by Paul Owen, and it's set up by running back Martell Smith. Look at that. He turned and finally cut that man down.
Excellent blocking, carrying out the blocking assignment all the way completely, and now we've got another first down in the line of scrimmage now, the Yellow Jacket 35. So Homewood on the move. Boy, you can just feel the difference in the atmosphere almost. Here's the pitch back to Moulton. Gets a block from Elias, a big block on the corner, and he's across the 30, maybe to the 29. Good block by Tommy Elias.
Guard Michael Coggin pulls out of the line. Watch Michael Coggin pull out here and get shoulder to shoulder with Tommy Elias, and they both take their men out, and a nice hole.
Beautiful pulling guard and the fullback blocking. It just creates the nice hole. 5-yard gain down to about the 30-yard line. Something happened in those last two sideline huddles. That time Elias straight ahead, maybe a yard. Tripped up right at the line of scrimmage.
I got to think if Coach Newton comes out there and converses with anybody, Barry, they're going to know that they've been talked to and get a little more motivated, I believe.
Tommy Elias looked like he might be favoring that left leg, and he will come off. Martell Smith goes in to replace him, probably bringing the play while he's at it. That puts the backs in the eye then. The long count. And flags fly. Now that looks more familiar.
That time I believe our quarterback, Michael Whidden, was altered his count there just a little bit. And I think Michael's pretty good at making it sound like it's on the old count, and they jumped across, and good play there. We're going to move the sticks on that too.
First down, and they have done that just absolutely to the hilt, to perfection throughout the year. I can't think of 3 or 4 games probably where we've done that and gained a distinct advantage by doing it. A first down then, inside the 25. Whitten wants to pass. It's complete to Elias down to about the 20. Just little bits and pieces, Larry, but Homewood's moving down the field.
Yeah, I like this. It was almost intercepted by Martell Smith on our team. Watch this. Martell almost has it, but no, goes out to Reggie.
That's you know what, I'm laughing, but that's incredible concentration on the part of Reggie Elias, thinking that the man in front of him was going to catch it possibly. Line of scrimmage now inside the 20 at about the 18, 19-yard line perhaps. Second and maybe 7 or 6. Now in motion to this side, but the pitch back comes to Moulton. Moulton, boom, hit right at the 20. Credit their defensive end or their outside linebacker 1. It must have been their number 70. William Yelling, a tackle. Some of the pretty girls at the stadium tonight.
A bunch of pretty smiles there for the Homewood Patriots.
All right, maybe that time a gain of 1. 3rd and 5. This probably the critical possession down of the game so far, Larry, for the Patriots. They need to convert on this on these 2 downs and continue moving this ball for a score. He goes back. The fake is to Moulton. Michael wants to pass, looking deep in the end zone, lofts it. Looked for Hazelton, but it's out of the end zone. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 5. We might look for Kevin Miller again, and Kevin indeed trots off the sidelines onto the field, and it looks like we'll try a field goal.
Even though that was an incomplete pass, I've got to compliment our offensive line that time. He had about a day and a half to throw that ball that time.
Excellent protection.
Right.
Excellent protection. All right. While you watch the fans, we'll call the game for you. I got you, Dudley. Ball will be down at the 25 or 6. It's a low pass. Kevin Miller has it. Attempting to throw, but he was in the grasp, and so that one we come up empty-handed on. And McAdory will take over with the ball at their own 36.
There's 3 parts to these games: offense, defense, and tonight the most important seems to be the kicking game, where we're having troubles.
Well, all right, McAdory turns it over, or Homewood turns it over, and McAdory's in business. We'll see if we can play some defense now. Their quarterback is Whaley, and he gives to Watford. Guess who? Watford around the left end. Fast, extremely fast. Good block on that side over there. Watford runs out of bounds. Now they're showing him out at maybe as far upfield as the 47 or 8. Martell Smith finally ran him out of bounds up here at about the 48-yard line, but goodness gracious, that young man, Ralph Watford, is extremely fast. We need to take a break for a tape change, and we'll be right back.
Thinking of buying or selling a home? Wondering what a realtor can do for you? Think VIP Realty, the oldest active residential real estate company in Homewood. Since we've served the Homewood-Birmingham area for 2 decades, we have the experience to provide you with complete guidance on the sale or purchase of a home. Plus, we're quick to respond from our centrally located Homewood office. And we give all our clients the VIP treatment. So what can a realtor do for you? A lot, especially if it's VIP Realty in Homewood.
We're back to Waldrop Stadium, and I would say live action, but pretty much just a lot of listening going on now. The Patriots called a timeout, I guess to readjust, get a grip, and Coach Rip Harmon's on the field talking to the team right now.
Ray, there's a familiar face. Is that Robert Davis?
Yeah, it sure is. They must have an off weekend at LSU this weekend.
I think he's signing autographs there.
I had mentioned we'd try to get an interview with him. I'm told that would be an NCAA violation. But so we won't do that, but looks like we could at least talk to him and find out what he's doing. All right, here's McAdory. Goodness gracious, straight ahead running. That line is something to be reckoned with. Credit Nero with the stop for... No, I'm sorry. The carry was by Bradley Ray.
A lot of these games that we've played, the defense has led us, and tonight we've got to get some defensive support and start right now and come back on this team.
This would be a good time to do it on 2nd and about 6. Watford ahead to about the 35. He'll have first down yardage.
There's Robert Davis along with our band leader, Mr. Morrow.
Well, it's good to see Robert back, and it's been delightful to follow his progress this year, starting, of course, as a tailback for the LSU Bengal Tigers, and that's saying quite a good bit. Now McAdory has a timeout. I wonder if we need to take another commercial break at this point. Yeah, let's do that. We'll pause and let you hear from one of our sponsors and be right back after this. Hope you'll stay with us.
This is the place where winners and losers are made. What does it take to be a winner? According to one well-known football coach, it begins with a great game plan, followed by excellent practice habits, and then the players must accept the game plan. In order to become a winner in life, we must accept God's game plan. We do that by accepting Jesus Christ as our Savior and Lord. I'm Gary Fenton, pastor of Dawson Memorial Baptist Church, inviting you to become a winner in life.
Back at Waldrop Stadium, Homewood seems ready to go. McAdory's not. Now they come back toward the line of scrimmage. 6:11 is what we have remaining in the half. So far, 7-0, the only score, a McAdory touchdown. The surprising thing about this game so far also has been McAdory's ability to move it up and down the field at will. Let's see what the Yellow Jackets get going this time. They have first down at our 35, and the give is to Watford. Watford around left end. It just fights his way forward. He is probably, I think, one of the more elusive runners we've seen this year.
That fella's got good speed and everything, but we got a flag on the play back here laying on about the 34-yard line, and it's a hold against McAdory. Thank goodness.
Now, will that come back to the point of the foul?
Point of the foul and step off 10 more.
Well, that'll take him back a little bit. That's a big penalty.
There's a new look right there. Eric Moulton coming in at inside linebacker on defense.
Coach Gann Cole told me before the game, and that's a good point, Larry. I never read the starting defensive lineup, that Moulton would start in a linebacker position. We had told you that Webby, Coggin, Davis, and Owen are the down linemen. At inside linebacker, Jacob Pugh and Brian Nero. At outside linebacker, though, Carr and Walburn. And he told me that at one of the inside linebacker positions, Moulton would come in. Now the pass by McAdory, and it's incomplete. Defended well by Walburn and also Martell Smith.
That time while we're talking about Eric Moulton, he leveled the quarterback, and the referee went for his flag and then changed his man and didn't throw it. That was a close call on a late hit there.
The intended receiver that time was Mike Parsons. Parsons ended up being double teamed by Walburn and Martell Smith. And so now 2nd and 20. or 20, second and 20 from the Patriot 44. McAdory's drive stalling just a little here. He'll pass again. Whaley will pass, and it's low and incomplete, and that'll bring up third and 20.
That was a screen pass over there, and thank goodness that did go incomplete. I think Paul Owen may have jumped up and altered his vision just a little bit, and I think that saved perhaps a big gainer.
I believe the signal in from the sidelines is that Owen got a hand on it, and the ball was thrown low.
There's our mayor. I don't recognize the kind of jacket he's got on, but I do recognize the mayor.
That jacket is easy to read. It's A-B-R-N. What would that be?
I have no idea. A-Barn? A-Barn? I think the A in the middle was
I'm not getting into that. This is the Homewood Patriot Network, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not having anything to do with that. Here comes Watford around the right end, and he'll go nowhere. Now, Homewood's defense stands up, and Coach Thorson will be a little bit more proud of that.
Welcome back, Shane Davis, to our defense. That was a terrific wrap-up and taken to the ground there.
Shane, credit Shane with an excellent tackle that time. Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at it again.
Oh, that's the screen pass that
the one before. Just go backwards through the whole game and let you see it again. A lot to see here. A highlight reel. All right, the quarterback, Whaley, is the punter. He'll stand on about his own 50. Pope rushed it and I think may have gotten a hand on it. And it comes down to Martell. Martell trying to find his way forward at the 24-yard line, and Homewood will be in business there. Possibly can get something going with 4:41 remaining in the first half of play. Credit Whaley with only a 31-yard punt that time and about a 5 or 6 yard return by Martell. So it's about time for us to get started.
With 4:35 to go in the first half, our offense needs to take this down the field and tie this ball game up at the half.
Homewood ready to go now. Line of scrimmage at the 24. Whitten fakes the pass and gives to Moulton, and Moulton straight ahead, boom, ran into a wall at about the 30 or 31. Another flag down on the sidelines. Now, this game has been absolutely filled with penalties.
The line judge that time threw it quickly. Looks like illegal procedure, Homewood.
We're really struggling with that tonight. That is our 6th penalty for a total of 55 yards already, and it's just the first half. McAdory themselves have been penalized twice for about 15, so it's we've been riddled with penalties tonight. There you see the call, illegal procedure against the Patriots, and they'll bring it back. Larry, the point you made earlier is, I think, worth repeating. A couple of times we've been in an aggressive position offensively on the field only to be stymied by penalties.
Well, we've stopping ourselves more than McAdory stopping us. We've got to eliminate these costly mistakes.
Now 1st and 15 then from about the 17-yard line, maybe the 18-yard line. Whitten fakes to Moulton, wants to pass, chased, pressured. Oh, what a pass. Caught by Scott Hazelden at the 31-yard line. Beautiful pass right over the hands of the defender.
He was hotly being pursued by one of the defenders for McAdory and did a terrific job. There's one of our Spangles, Dana Hood.
Kevin Hall defending. We would like to see a replay on that one, and here you'll see it. Michael Whitten pressured. Scott Hazelton, credit Scott with a super catch right on the sideline and out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. That brings up 2nd and about 3. Homewood now with a chance to work its way out of the hole a little bit with a first down here. 3:53 in the half, and I think the clock will become a factor in this drive. Now Moulton goes in motion to the far side. The fake is to the tailback. Michael drops back, wants to pass, has a screen to Tommy Elias. Can he get some blocking?
Come on, boys.
Runs into his own man out at about the 37-yard line. They're scrambling around with a loose ball. But that should be enough for the first down. It is indeed.
That play had potential, Barry. It almost broke for a big one. Watch it again. We have the blockers out here. Good screen. One man comes up, and we have 3 blockers and just got jammed up. That happens.
It does happen, but give them a first down. And Homewood now moving at the 38. The clock also moving with 3:29, 3:28 remaining in the half. Split back. Switten with a long count. Wants to give to Martell Smith, and he goes absolutely nowhere at the 38. Well, credit him with a couple of tough yards, maybe 3 yards, out to about the 41-yard line. But I believe he stayed in bounds, did he not? Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't have said that better. Credit Martell with every inch of that game. He did it all by himself.
Aaron Goodwin hit him almost at the line of scrimmage, Larry, and he ended up 3 yards downfield.
That 22, Aaron Goodwin, is playing a terrific game for McAdory. Seems like he's in on almost every tackle.
He's the strongest player I think we've seen tonight on defense for them, and certainly Watford is on offense. Whitten straight across the middle. Oh, Reggie Elias just slipped down. The pass was intended for Reggie out at about the 48-yard line, and he slid as it got to him.
That was a good play. It was a good protection, good pass, and his feet just went out from under him at the last second there.
Notice, is that Michael Narrow in the game?
Sure is.
Tonight, number 68. All right, a big third down. Lots of protection. Across the middle, Elias tipped out of his hand as he's hit and intercepted. Intercepted that time by Johnny Murphy. And Reggie Elias really took a hit at about the 48-yard line. You see him coming off kind of slow, Larry. He really was waxed.
He got hit. That's a good defensive play. That's all you can say. Good tip drill by them, and thank goodness Eric Moulton was over there to make that tackle.
Reggie gave it all he had. He stretched that 6'2" or 3 or 4 frame out and tried to catch it, but it just went off his fingertips, and bam, he took a strong hit. Well, with 2:23 remaining in the half, now Homewood needs to play some big-time defense. McAdory with the ball at their own 48. Here's Whaley, rolls, wants to pass. They're in a passing situation, complete to Watford. But Watford dragged down at the 50, so only a gain of about 2 despite all the activity. Henry Walburn got his leg and wasn't about to let go.
This is a fine McAdory football team we're looking at. How they got to be 1-6, I don't honestly know.
Yeah, how do we explain that?
There's a good shot of our cheerleaders, Barry.
We'll try to give you the names of our cheerleaders. Probably the best time to do that after the half. Remind you to stay with us for the halftime performance by the Homewood Patriot Marching Band. I've got the list of cheerleaders here, but there are quite a number of them, and we'll have to use a timeout at some point in the second half to give you their names. Straight ahead, Ralph Watford. Watford, I believe, has carried the ball all but about 4 or 5 times tonight for McAdory. And so the clock continues to run now with 1:19 remaining in the half. Homewood moving men in and out. That time they send in Preston Wallace, bring out Sean Shiplett. It's a 3rd and 1 for McAdory. It'd be time to stop them would be right about now. They're outside field goal range. Here's the give to Watford. Watford straight ahead, first down yardage and more, and they're inside the 35.
That kid is some kind of runner. I thought we had him stopped at the line, and he just bolts on through and breaks on out for the first down. We got a timeout here, I believe.
The time is out for McAdory, and with that timeout, we'll stop also and get in a commercial break. 55 seconds remaining in the half. McAdory up by 7. You stay with us.
It's Piggly Wiggly Food Stores for quality foods, friendly service, and fair prices. You'll find a wide selection of the freshest seasonal produce brought in daily, and the finest heavy Western USDA choice beef, and of course, plump fresh-cut chickens never frozen. And Piggly Wiggly serves hot, fresh deli foods of the finest quality served up daily, the next best thing to home cooking. And Piggly Wiggly Food Stores are proud of our friendly people serving your needs in Mountain Brook, Homewood. It's Piggly Wiggly, the finest food stores around.
Back to Waldrop Stadium. The timeout is winding down, and they're ready to go. Now, we'll set the stage for you. McAdory has a first down at the Homewood 35. There are about 56 seconds left in the half. Homewood definitely needs to stop them here. Larry, one of the things I did not find out about McAdory before the game was what kind of place kicker they have. So I don't know whether they are a field goal threat from this distance or not. Time will tell, I guess. Here's Whaley, fakes to Watford and lofts one, but it'll be incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A fantastic play by Preston Wallace. I think probably the best defensive effort by anybody we've had tonight. I don't know if he can replay this or not. Watch this effort by Preston Wallace coming through the line. Look at him crawling, scratching. hit that quarter. Didn't give him time. Terrific play.
Yeah, Preston was not to be denied, I guess is the way to put that.
That's one young man that wants to play football tonight in a red shirt, I guarantee it.
We also, let's see, we'll give you the time, 52, 51 seconds, pressure, fumbled. We picked up the ball, Moulton's got the ball at the 50-yard line. Now we've got something going. Preston Wallace, I believe, caused that fumble.
Was that Preston or was that Henry Walburn?
Let's replay it now and see who comes through if we got it.
It was a red bullet. Let's see where it comes from. That's not Walburn. Who is that?
It's Preston.
That's Wallace. He does want to play football.
He has come to play tonight, blowing off that line.
And Eric Moulton knew what to do with the ball, too. He tried to pick it up and score.
All right, here's Whitten. The fake is to Martell. He wants to pass. Pressured. He holds on. A big sack. I didn't know that in high school they allowed an in-your-face kind of thing by the opposing team. I thought that was outlawed in high school like it is in college.
That's at the discretion, I guess, of the referee if he really thinks he's after him or not.
7, 6, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2. This will be the last play. Straight ahead give to Martell. Nobody needs to get hurt at this point. That's the halftime. Remind you that the score is 7-0. McAdory up over Homewood, but hey, we got a half a football left to play. Stay with us for a performance of the Homewood Patriot Marching Band, and we'll be back after that for 3rd and 4th. Back to Waldrop Stadium after a fantastic halftime performance by the Homewood Patriot Marching Band. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Let me give you some stats, and Larry, we can comment on these a little bit. They're pretty self-explanatory. Homewood rushed the ball 13 times for 94 yards. McAdory 16 times for 85 yards. In the passing department, 7 attempts, 5 completions for Homewood for 53 with 1 interception. 2 out of 6 for 12 yards for McAdory. The stats are not that lopsided, but the score is 7-0. As you see the kick, and it comes down to their number 21, Watford. I think it came down, as a matter of fact, to 12 instead of 21. It came down to 12, and that's Whaley, the quarterback.
Looked like Mark Andrzejewski in on that tackle. Good coverage there by Mark.
The old speculation about what might have been said in the locker room, I bet there was an earful. Yeah, but despite as the way it looked to us in the first half, Homewood's only down by 7. Plenty of time to turn this one around and get a win in this important area game. This time we've got a change, Larry, at quarterback now. They're showing Gabe Johnson, who's listed as a defensive back, is now, at least on that play, started at quarterback, took the snap.
Pretty good lick that time by linebacker Eric Moulton on the ball carrier.
I believe Johnson is going to remain in at quarterback. It's interesting. Whaley is the starting quarterback. I'm sorry, Whaley is the starting quarterback, and I don't see him on the field right now. So we'll see what Gabe Johnson does with the Yellow Jackets with the ball at about the 34. That time runs into his own man, but pitches out, and they'll end up gaining big yardage and enough for a first down. Well, that's turning nothing into something.
At this point in the game, I look for some kind of senior leadership. Somebody needs to. Here we're going to see a replay of it where he runs in his own man, but he gets the pitch out and he's pretty open out there. We need some senior leadership. Somebody's got to step forward, take charge of this, and get everybody fired up and turn this game around.
In chatting briefly before the game, Coach Gerald Gann told me this kind of team scares me to death, and we see now why. McAdory with some players skilled at some positions and a strong offensive line. Straight ahead running, Ralph Watford. He has been the workhorse all night. I don't believe we're keeping individual stats for McAdory, rather just team running stats, but I'll guarantee you he's got 80 to 90% of the yards that they've amassed so far tonight, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, he's got at least that much, Barry.
Possibly more than that. Looks like time is out.
Equipment timeout so he can get his shoe back on.
Stepped on a pop top and blew out his flip-flop.
Where does it say that in the script, Barry?
I don't know. I believe that's a Jimmy Buffett line. I better watch out. I'll violate some kind of standard there. And that's one of the few lines from Mr. Buffett that we can quote on a public access television channel. 2nd and 1 now. McAdory, they need to be stopped this time, but first down yardage again, though, Larry. They continue to move.
Quarterback keeper that time finally looked like our linebacker Brian Carr pulled him down, but after the first down yardage was gained.
Continuing to show you some, or to tell you some first half stats. Penalties. Homewood had 6 penalties for 45 yards in the first half. McAdory 2 for only 15. Each team with 8 first downs. So the stats fairly even, but the score 7-0 against the Patriots. Now they're going a little bit tougher. McAdory has a second effort approach to carrying the football too. They would hit that line of scrimmage and seem to be stopped, and then all of a sudden they explode for another 3 or 4 more yards.
That time the stop was made by junior tackle Preston Wallace, who really has shown me a good deal of spirit and effort out there. Preston's had one of the better games for the Patriots so far.
McAdory now with 2nd and about 8 or 7. Here's Gabe Johnson in at quarterback. He paid the price, but the pitch was to Watford, and it was timed perfectly. Watford thrown down at about the 38-yard line after a gain of another 3, maybe. So that'll bring up a 3rd and maybe 5 or 4 or 5, Larry, and this 3rd down's a big one for the Patriots.
You're exactly right. We need to stop them like we've been saying all along. Looks like Anthony Webby fired through and got the quarterback, but the pretty good block out on the corner enabled them to turn it and make a gain of sorts of it. Here comes Preston Wallace back in. I'd like to see him shoot through the line again like he's been doing.
Kind of see where he's playing. Is he playing in a down lineman position? Looks like at right tackle, right?
Well, he's in the one hole on the right side of their offensive line.
This was the give to Watford straight ahead. I believe he's got first down. We'll have to see. Yeah, he's got it by a yard. Moulton on the tackle that time. Not a whole lot of activity right now in the secondary. Most of this is the work on the line. That, I believe, their 11th first down of the game, their third of the second half.
They're a young team, but they certainly have matured. They're not making the type mistakes that hurt themselves. No penalties here, and they keep on driving. Patriots are going to come through here in a minute, Barry.
All right, 7:16 remaining in the third quarter. The time's really moving as the clock runs. McAdory elects to keep it on the ground as Gabe Johnson just tucks it in and ducks across the 30 down into about the Patriot 29.
Looks like he was double teamed that time by Brian Narrow and Anthony Webby, but again about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
McAdory with 123 yards of total offense now. Line of scrimmage about the 29, second and maybe 6. Larry, 9 plays in this drive so far to start the second half. This is the 10th play, but that one went nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1.
Senior Michael Coggin jammed that up in the middle. I think Brian Narrow assisted him again. Good effort that time, jamming them up. Big play coming up, 3rd and 4.
This is the time, and I think everybody knows it. McAdory brought a good crowd with them across the way. They brought their band. Their band did a fine halftime performance. All right, the pitch then to Watford on the far side. I don't think he got it. We will have to see. I believe he's going to be a yard short.
There's a quick pitch out around that end using his speed and agility, and Eric Moulton's agility and speed is the only thing that caught him, really. Watch Eric get out there. He breaks that and he goes for a ways.
Once Eric got him, he was not to make it. It's 4th and a yard. We'll see what happens. There's our mascot, Paul Patrick, a.k.a. Matt Webby. Big
They're
play
going
here.
for it.
Timeout, McAdory. They showed that they wanted to go for it. Now they want to think about it. There are our cheerleaders. Let us give you some names right quick. Melissa Boren is one of our cheerleaders. Also Keisha Cole, Laura Ann Daniel, Carmen Greer, Jennifer Harris, Susan Holberg, Allison Jones, Casey Kirby, Ashley Legg, Ashley Litton, Arlene Moniz, and Laura Wunderlich. That's the Spirit Squad, the cheerleaders, varsity cheerleaders for Homewood High School, 1992 and 93.
While we've got a pause in the action, Barry, there's a good shot of our defensive huddle there. I want to congratulate Coach Wright and the middle school staff again as they swept past Simmons yesterday in a 7th and 8th grade win, and impressive big wins. I know the 8th grade, I think it's the biggest win I remember them ever having, 32-0, and they're 5-1 now, and congratulations to both teams.
Larry, some unfortunate news to report to you from the sidelines. Tommy Lias has an ankle sprain and is out for the game.
Oh, that hurts, Barry.
That really hurts because that means we don't see him again this game. That means Martell Smith and Eric Moulton have the duty by themselves. Martell and Eric are both playing some both ways.
Well, they're both excellent runners, but Tommy's just so good, and I hate that he's injured. He's had some great games here lately. Looks like we're fixing back to live action. Big play here.
Big play, 4th and 1 now. 4th and 1. They send a receiver in motion. It'll be close. It does depend on the spot. That's the first time tonight I've seen Watford as a flanker come in motion.
There it is. Ooh, great defensive stand there by, I couldn't tell who that was.
It does not appear that they made it, but we will see. That's why they have chains in this game.
There's old Carson Thompson bringing it in, I believe along the chain crew, Joe Osborne, Ernie Mills, Bill Farrell, and of course Carson was in the picture there. First down.
By about a half a football, a first down for McAdory. New life in their drive then. And that means it's time for Homewood to get even tougher. McAdory's fourth first down in the second half. .448 remaining in the third quarter. I'm not sure we've had the ball in the third quarter. That time Gabe Johnson was grabbed by just about everybody on the Homewood squad. He gets down maybe to the 21-yard line, gain of about 2 or 3.
Looked like Shane Davis and Michael Coggin both were first in on him, but like you said, it took a bunch of them to get him.
I believe we have not had a possession in this quarter.
No, they're not only driving the field, they're burning the whole clock up. We're not going to get too many shots at it here in this half.
4:14 remaining in the quarter as McAdory continues with possession. Homewood brings the inside backers up. The give is to 44. It's Kevin Hull. I'm sorry, 21 is the runner. Watford.
Looks like Brian Nara and Paul Owens in on that tackle. There's a good shot of our band.
That's the band that will travel to Dublin, Ireland, coming up in March 17, St. Patrick's Day specifically, as they march in the Lord Mayor of Dublin's St. Paddy's Day parade. All right, Homewood needs to stop him. Johnson this time, the quarterback, just straight ahead over his center. With a third and about 3, let's see how close they come to the first down this time. Maybe within a yard.
That's the 15th consecutive running play they've had with no passes. Look like a field goal unit's coming in.
All right, the place kicker is it Whaley? Their quarterback, Andy Whaley, who was the starting quarterback in the first half of this game. Ball will be down at about the 22-yard line. There's the snap. It's a clean placement. Kick straight up, and the kick is good. A big 3 points for McAdory with 2:50 remaining in the third quarter. Homewood now has to score twice.
That drive took 9 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock, and now we're down 10-0. This is a real gut check against an area opponent. If we want to play after the season's over in the playoffs, we got to do it right here.
This one's a must, Larry. 16 plays in that drive, starting on their own 29-yard line and culminating in the 3-point field goal by Andy Whaley. And as you pointed out, what was it? 9 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. All right, Whaley has it teed up at his own 40. We send Martell Smith and Mark Andrzejewski and A.M. Sabry deep. McAdory with that bunched up approach to the kickoff. McAdory can taste it. You can just tell in the way they look on the field. It'll come down to Martell. Martell at about the 8. Brings it up to the 20. Across to the 25. Still going, still pushing behind his own men. They'll throw him back, but I believe give him forward progress to about the 23, Larry.
Who else would make the tackle but number 22, Aaron Goodwin, who's been in on, like I said, just about every tackle they have so far.
Yeah, I stand corrected. They crossed the 25 up to about the 27. Goodwin on the tackle for McAdory. All right, time for the offense to get uncorked, as they say, with 2:29 remaining in the third quarter. Putting the quarterback to pass across. Ooh. I'm not sure, but I think Mike Parsons, their number 83, had a hand on it.
Let's watch the replay again. The outside linebackers got this all the way.
It hit his hand.
Yeah, thank goodness he's got linebacker hands.
That sounds like a country song title if there were one. Thank goodness he's got linebacker hands. All right, 2nd and 10. The Homewood's band trying to get something going. Here's Moulton straight ahead across the 30 to about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line.
That was good determined running there by junior Eric Moulton. See if we can see that again. Good hole on that left side. Good lead block.
Give him a gain of about 7. Make it 3rd now and 3. Let's keep it alive. Let's keep it alive. We got a flanker split to this side, split in Elias to the right, but the pitch back is to Moulton. Whoa! Collared at the 35. Sure did look like a face mask, but I don't see a flag.
You know something I just noticed, Barry? There's the 2 backs that did start the season for us, Moulton and Martell Smith, and they've switched positions. Martell's in the fullback spot, and Moulton's in the tailback slot now. That's an interesting twist in itself.
Indeed it is. A couple of guys checking into the lineup. 70 is Sean Shiplett, and who is it, 51 or 50? Pew.
Anthony
51, Webby.
4th and about 1.5 yards here. Okay, I thought maybe we were going for it. I didn't see Kevin come in.
All right, Kevin Miller will stand on his 30, kick from about his 34. They send Johnny Murphy back, and Murphy will wait for it on his own 23. Kevin Miller puts a toe into it, gets a good punt away. Murphy signals a fair catch, and he'll let it go. Runs away from it, and the ball drops inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. So McAdory backed up in their own territory, but the clock running down.
48-yard punt there, Barry.
Kevin had a good punt and a good roll. 48 seconds also remaining in the 3rd quarter. The clock beginning to become a factor. There is one of the camera people. That's Sheldon Sokol. He's working camera on the 20-yard line to our left. You'll be watching his camera just about in a minute, right on the sideline. That's his camera right there. Homewood on D now, and this is an important series. Watford the runner. Tackled by Martell Smith at about the 22-yard line.
Looks like a shoestring tackle there. There's a good-looking crowd.
Broadcast booth for you. The only thing you can't tell looking at that picture is how many chicken bones are in the garbage can right now.
But we can tell where the rest of it went.
That's right. Oh, my goodness.
And I hope Dudley's through eating it as they took it down there, too.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll come back. Everybody hold up 4 fingers. Let's make this 4th quarter ours. We'll be back after this from one of our sponsors. Don't you dare go away.
New Powerade sports drink developed by the Coca-Cola Company. It's the Powerade Punch, the Powerade Crunch. Slam it when you jam it. If you crack it or you cram it, the Powerade Play. Powerade make my day. More than a thirst quencher with 33% more carbohydrates for energy than Gatorade. The Powerade Crunch, Powerade Punch. The taste that's fresh. You know the rest. New Powerade.
Hello, I'm Tony Picklesheimer here with you at Jim Limbaugh Chevrolet Truck and Van Center, and if we got a back-to-school special for you. As that all-important high school and college football season starts, tailgating is back, and everybody needs a van to do it in. This is a 1992 Chevrolet Astro van, and folks, this van is equipped, not stripped. It has power windows, power door locks, tilt wheel, cruise control. It's fully customized on the inside with captain's chairs and a sofa bed. All this for only $389 a month with $1,000 down. So come see us and save at Jim Limbaugh Chevrolet Truck Center, I-59, exit 120, only 5 minutes from downtown. And remember, at Jim Limbaugh Chevy Truck Center, we're committed to improving our customers' quality of life.
Reminds me to tell you how much we appreciate all of our sponsors on these rebroadcasts of the Homewood Patriot games. We've got another one to tell you about too, and we'll talk a little bit about cash and carry sometime during the 4th quarter. Right now, I want to talk about Homewood football a little bit. Coach Mike Thorson is out on the field with them, and he lets them go back to the line, and it's time to get something going, fellas. 12 minutes of football remaining, but this one's not over. Yeah, Homewood, that's a good point, David. Homewood with time of possession of about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes in the whole 3rd quarter. We need to turn the tables. But McAdory's got it now, and they're looking 2nd and 5.
First down.
Absolutely. That time the ball carried by Bradley Ray. Hello to Mr. Pat Morrow, the director of bands at Homewood High School. I believe, is that Darrell Essery on the right? Members of the Color Guard and the Star Spangled Girls are there. First down for McAdory, and that is their 13th of the game, their 5th of the second half. Well, they got us in that category.
Look like. Go ahead. Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
Looked like Shane Davis pushed his man back then, and then the quarterback went down the line and tripped over his own man's foot. Shane Davis shoved him back in the backfield.
One of the few times this game that you've seen McAdory not come up with any yardage. Line of scrimmage is about the 28, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Credit them with a super game, and I tell you what, their performance tonight belies that 1-6 record that we talked about. Here's Gabe Johnson on the give, straight ahead, as you might imagine. Bradley Ray, the running back, with the ball that time.
I believe Michael Coggin in on another tackle. He's been in on as many tackles tonight as I can remember all season.
Larry, 3rd and about 7 now would indicate possibility of a pass play at least.
Well, as they've run it, I don't know. You might want to sweep it or pitch it out to good old number 21.
Yeah, give it to Watford perhaps. We'll see what they do. This one's key. It would be good for Homewood to get the ball back. Penalty flag down.
That's a break. Here we go. Illegal procedure, got to be.
You see the signal, illegal procedure against McAdory. They'll replay 3rd down, but that means it'll be 3rd and about 12.
Patriots need to take advantage of this situation now. 3rd down and 11. I can't remember them having a 3rd down and anywhere close to 11 all night.
Absolutely.
They have a 9-minute drive here, and it's going to all but end the game for the Patriots. We got to stop them here, get them and score. We got to have 2 scores.
You're absolutely right, Larry. We do need 2 scores now. One would think that if Homewood scored a touchdown, it might go for 2. All right, Johnson wants to pass. He's looking deep, pressured. Now throws incomplete.
Oh, he threw that ball away.
Wonder if there's a flag on the play, and there is indeed.
We got flags everywhere.
Now there's a flag up at about the 50-yard line. There's also one at about the 30.
Your back judge and your head linesman both. Let's see what happens here.
We won't be able to see what happens downfield.
Great. Walburn saved this. Walburn and Paul Owen read the screen pass, came over there. Ineligible receiver downfield is the call.
All right, he's talking to the Homewood captain.
I believe we'll decline this. It'll be 4th down. That's what it is. Ineligible receiver downfield. That's not a loss of down, so I believe they're going to decline it. Be 4th down and 11 to go.
We have indeed declined it, and so much so were we confident of that we've got 2 receivers already, 2 deep punt returners standing on their own 40-yard line. And they are Mark Andrzejewski and Martell Smith. Punter is Andy Whaley. Whaley is the fellow who started at quarterback first half for McAdory. And he will stand inside his own 20. He'll kick from about the 18. Mark Andrzejewski and Martell Smith stand on their own 35. Big chance for Homewood to come up with field position. Whistles blow now before the kick.
Delay a game.
There you see the signal, delay of game. That'll take them back another 5 yards.
Now we're getting some breaks thanks to McAdory making mistakes on themselves, but this is the type thing we need to get, and now we need to take advantage of it.
All right, that'll bring our return men up to about the 40-yard line. Need to set up a wall and see if we can bring one of those return guys around one side or the other. Now Whaley stands on his own 10-yard line. He'll kick from about the 12 or 13. A low pass from center, but he gets it away, and it's low. Comes down to Mark Andrzejewski, gets a block from Martell Smith. Grabbed at about the 46-yard line, but a clean grab on the shoulder pad. And Homewood now starts inside McAdory territory at their own 46-yard line.
Barry, that was the last man that had a shot at Andrzejewski there. If he'd have broken that, he was gone because they were all in a line, and they didn't have anybody behind it. We had blockers there.
Johnny Murphy, who has been a strong defensive performer all night for McAdory, credited with the tackle. All right, Homewood in business at the McAdory 46. The backs are split. The give straight ahead to Moulton. Moulton to about the 43. Holding on to that ball with both hands. The clock definitely becoming a factor now at 9:01. 9 minutes even remaining in the fourth quarter.
It's not time to panic yet, Barry, but we got to move down this field. We've got to go.
Homewood's definitely in a bit of a hurry. You can see the urgency in their steps as they move up to the line and back to the huddle. Lias is split wide to the right. Hazelden is a flanker to the left. The backs are in the eye with Martell in the fullback position and Moulton in the tailback. Michael fakes the give, wants to throw, has his man complete to Hazelden at about the 34-yard line, and that's first down Homewood. That gets a rise out of the crowd.
That was a terrific catch by Scott Hazelton there. Let's watch it again on the screen. Michael Whidden rolls to the left, which is going to be the hard side for a right-handed quarterback. Makes a pretty good pass, but it's a terrific catch. Watch this. Look at that. That's fantastic.
Concentration all the way in. They call it looking it in. Now the backs are split and receivers wide left and right again. They're on the far hash mark, moving from about the 34. Whitten on the delay give to Moulton. Ooh, met at the line of scrimmage. He'll go nowhere. Credit that McAdory line. Specifically that time, Brett Garrett with the big tackle, and that'll bring up second and about 11.
There's a good-looking cameraman, Wes Gray. We put our better-looking guys on the cameras. The bad-looking guys go in the truck.
That's right. All right, here we go with second and 11. Whitten is the quarterback. He rolls now right, wants to throw, has his receiver. It's Hazelden again, tackled from behind, and a tough tackle at about the 22-yard line, but Scott's back up on his feet, and that'll be close to first down yardage again. I believe they got it and more. Look at it again.
One of the things receivers don't get credit for is getting wide open. We always talk about what a great catch is and all, but look how open Scott is, and nice pass, but look how open he is.
Indeed, a first down for the Patriots, and they're on the move now at the 22-yard line. All right, here's the give in the backfield to Moulton, just straight ahead, tough, hard yardage as Homewood takes on McAdory. He'll maybe get to the 21, so give him maybe a yard or two. 7:19, 7:18, the clock continuing to run.
There's a good shot of Jack Munger right over our heads.
Jack works that camera at the 50-yard line on the top floor of the Homewood press box. And occasionally when the announcers forget it, he tells them to turn up the volume. Here's a quick pass from Whitten, tipped. Oh, 83 got his hand on it for McAdory. Mike Parsons intended for Lias, but tipped and over Reggie's hands and out of bounds. Now that brings up 3rd and 9.
Let's watch that again. That's the one where Martell almost got it before.
All right, now a critical 3rd down for Homewood. They're facing 3rd and about 9. The ball is about on the 21-yard line. They have to go to the 13-12 roughly. They send Martell in motion. Pressured from behind, and thrown down, but a flag on the play. We may have a hold.
That's going to be holding. I believe you're right. The umpire throws it, and that's about the only call that he does right there in the middle of the line. Oh, this is not something we need right now.
They will probably decline if it's a holding penalty against the Patriots. All right, we'll see what the call is. Holding is the call against Homewood. And like it is declined.
Yeah, like you said, Bear, they declined it, and that's 4th and about 13?
I see 4th and 13. That brings Kevin Miller on, and this is one of the ones we have to score. So there's a family that's enjoying the game with us tonight. We'd like to invite you to come out to Waldrop Stadium and do the same thing. So the clock running at about 6:38 now remaining in the game. Kevin will try it. Here's his kick. Get there. Nope. Comes down short. So the Patriots come up empty-handed, and McAdory takes over, and that'll be a big boost for them and not much of a boost for us. They'll change hands, and the ball will be marked down at the 20-yard line, and it's time for us to force a turnover and get back in business again.
Well, 6:31 to go in the game. You're right, Barry. We got to have a turnover. They got to go for that ball.
Time to put the bonnet on the ball, as they say. All right. The give was straight ahead, and the runner's still on his feet. Everybody thought the quarterback had it. Curtis Starks can catch him. He's fast enough. Curtis gets him and drags him out of bounds, but big yardage for McAdory. I don't see a flag anywhere on the field. Watford was the ball carrier. The young man has carried the ball all night long. As you can see, most of our players thought the quarterback had kept it. Watford, however, had it. It was an excellent fake. And Starks finally runs him out of bounds, way down about the 34-yard line.
This is a fired-up McAdory football team, and they've played a terrific game tonight.
All right, Johnson again with the fake straight ahead. That time the runner is Bradley Ray.
Ray on the carry, tackled by 7 Michael Carden, followed on 54 Paul Owen.
6:01 remaining in the football game. Got to turn it over. McAdory will keep it on the ground, and obviously the clock now a factor in their favor. Shot of Jason Zarzer on the sideline talking to Coach David Jones. McAdory wants to use as much time as possible to give to Watford. Watford struggles at the 30, maybe the 29. Jacob Pugh on the tackle.
5:27 to go in the game now, Barry, and McAdory wants to keep that ball going right up the middle. Don't get close to the sidelines. Don't get out of bounds. Stop the clock. Things are starting to work their way.
3rd down and about 5 now, and this indeed is a big play, a possession play for the Yellow Jackets. Homewood needs to turn it over, stop him at the line, and they do. That'll bring up a 4th down. Now 5:04 remaining in the game, and McAdory with a decision on a field goal.
That time tackled by Paul Owen. 4th down and 2 yards to go for McAdory.
Paul's been in on a lot of action tonight. McAdory doesn't indicate that they're going to do anything other than go straight ahead for it. They send some receivers wide left and right. 4th and about 1. They're trying to draw us off, and now they call a timeout. They can afford to spend one. They wanted us to jump, and we were obviously ready for it. With this timeout, let me tell you about some good friends that we have at a place called Cash and Carry Building Supply. They do carry a full line of building products and hardware, and all that they carry at Cash and Carry is designed to meet the needs for any do-it-yourself project, as well as contractor-assisted jobs, too. Please don't let the name fool you. Just because it's Cash and Carry, you don't have to carry it. They do indeed deliver to Homewood, as well as most other over-the-mountain locations, and they gladly accept major credit cards. Cash and Carry is owned by Don Waters and Homewood resident Jim Long, and they invite you to give them a call. Here's the number, 323-7173. You can discuss any of your building supply and materials needs with the store manager, who is Lars Anderson. Cash and Carry is at 800 14th Street North, right in the heart of Birmingham, Alabama. And again, their telephone number is 323-7173. Cash and Carry Building Supply.
Here, there's a good shot of Larry Hembry on the sideline. He's done another good job tonight.
Larry has the headset on and an attractive pair of navy blue Bermuda shorts. And he walks up and down the sidelines and stays right at the ball for us to tell us exactly what the down and distance is. Quarterback keeper around right in is probably enough.
Well, we had
First down.
We had some penetration there, but that fellow's been slippery all night. Just slipped right through and fell forward just enough of the first down. 4:24 to go in the game, and McAdory stays in control.
McAdory with another first down. I don't want to tell you how many first downs they've had tonight. Looks like about 15. They've really done a super job of ball control, ground offense. Watford tries the left side. Finds the going tough at about the 20-yard line. Maybe the tackle by Coggin and Smith as well.
That fella, number 21 for McAdory, has played a terrific game. I don't know how many yards he's got, but he's played a terrific game.
You know, I was talking with Coach Gann before the game, and he talked about how what a fine player Watford was, and then he said if he's healthy. So apparently he has had some injury problems earlier this year. Well, he's back 100% now, I'll tell you that. Line of scrimmage is inside our 20. Johnson on the give. Looked like it might have been a loose ball for a minute there, but the whistles had blown and the officials indicate it's a dead ball. And McAdory retains possession.
Timeout, Homewood.
All right, Homewood stops it with 3:28. We wonder if we need to take another commercial break at this point. We will do that, and we will be back for the conclusion of this one right after this. You stay with us. Comes to Waldrop Stadium.
Well, the area game. While we're in our defensive huddle there, I see some of our managers and people that help out. Let me read off their names. Tony Morris, Stephanie Peterson, Faith Griffin, Beth Staples, Nancy Jones, and Monica Tedraharja.
The Winona game is an unusual one, and it is in that it is their home game here at Waldrop Stadium, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure why we did it that way. They'll have a home game here. I don't know if that has to do with their facility being under construction or what. We'll talk about it next week. Right now, Homewood needs to stop on third down. McAdory. Gabe Johnson, the quarterback, keeps and just falls forward to about the 16. And that is not enough for the first down. Homewood will call another timeout to stop the clock now with 3:21. We're going to spend these timeouts and try and get the ball back and then control it, I guess, with passing.
Barry, our only chance at 3:21 to go is to try to get the ball back, make a score, the onside kick, and get down and see if we can get Kevin Miller in position to kick a winner. There it is, 10-0.
The point about the Winona game that's interesting is if you do hold a Homewood home game pass, those would not be valid since it is a Winona home game, even though it's here at Waldrop Stadium. And as Larry pointed out earlier, the Patriots will play in the white away jerseys or visiting jerseys. But I'm not really sure what the root cause was for why that's their home game.
I think one of the things may be they think we'll get a bigger crowd here, and it may have to do something with the financial aspect of it. I'm sure that Winona feels like they probably can do better playing over here than playing at their stadium.
That's probably the very reason. Well, all right, they're back out on the field. How many timeouts does Homewood have remaining? We have one remaining with 3:21 in the game, and we do have one timeout to spend. Now McAdory looks at 4th and 4. They have no intention of kicking it, although I'm not sure why. A third score would put it out of question for us, I think. Now they're going to call their own timeout before the clock moves a second. And maybe they were going to come up and see what our defensive alignment was.
Well, it could be. I think at this point they're still going to keep it on the ground. I'd give it to either the quarterback or number 21, either one. Barry, while we got a pause in the action, I want to invite everyone this week to come to the area tournaments for our Homewood girls volleyball team. As you know, they're defending state champions, and this Tuesday and Wednesday is the area tournament. So October 27th and 28th, and I know everybody wants to come out and support our girls, and as they try to, like I said, return the championship again this year too, the 5A championship for them.
That is indeed a special thing. The defending state champion girls volleyball team. If you haven't seen them play, we carry the games on the local cable channel, Channel 38 in Homewood. A lot of the games at home. And it's interesting, too, I've noticed in watching some of them, it gives some of our students who are interested in learning a little bit more about this part of the broadcasting business a chance to do some of the narrative or the play-by-play, if that's what you call it with a volleyball match. But invite you to tune in and catch some of the action. They are quite good at what they do.
I believe their squad right now is about 27-10, and I know Miss Cook's working them hard and getting them ready for that tournament.
McAdory will indeed go for it with about 4th and maybe 3.
They're fixing to get a delay of game penalty here. They don't even realize it, but the referee and them are just counting away. They're ready for play whistle a few seconds ago.
All right, Homewood now moves up to the line. All right, McAdory, Gabe Johnson grabbed by the shirt. He does not get it, I don't believe. So Homewood will take over on downs, and they'll run out in a big hurry. McAdory will walk off slowly. As soon as the ball is set, the clock starts again. Homewood will be ready. Tired Michael Coggin comes running off the field. Homewood's ready, and they start the clock, and it runs with 3:15, 3:14. And now Michael Whitten wants to pass. He's pressured in his own backfield. Straight across the middle to Reggie Lias. Lias wants to try to pitch, but he does not. He moves forward to the 20, and now they'll stop the clock on the first down and move and set the chains. Homewood's at the line ready to go again.
That was the old Georgia play. I think it was a hook there. He caught it and wanted to pitch out to Martell, but couldn't quite get it off.
Clock starts, and Homewood's ready for the snap. Homewood not even going from the 3-down position. Here Whitten rolls, wants to pass, throws. Hazelden had it in his hands and just fell out of bounds, incomplete on the far side. So on the incomplete pass, we stop the clock with 2:55, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with the ball now on our 30.
Well, for what it's worth, that was only a 6-yard gain, and I think that's the first time I've seen Scott drop a pass all year, and he sure has caught some balls that weren't right at him this year.
That were not catchable.
Yeah, he's a good receiver.
He is a great receiver. All right, here's Whitten. He gives again. Gives straight ahead to Moulton. Moulton up to the 41, and they stop the clock now, and they'll move the chains again. McAdory looking for the pass that time.
I'll tell you,
get first down yardage.
Eric Moulton's not beaten yet, Barry. He ran like he wants to win this ball game.
Clock moves. Whitten again to pass. Wants to look for Lias. Lias slips. Michael finds the sidelines at about the 50-yard line. The hit came a little bit late, but give us another 5 or 6 yards, maybe 4 yards, and the clock stops as the quarterback runs out of bounds with 2:41.
Heads-up play for a sophomore quarterback there. He didn't see an open receiver and ran out of bounds, stopping the clock. 2:41 to go, like you said.
Larry, it's the second time tonight just that I have noticed that Reggie Lias made a tough cut on a wet field and slipped down. His intended receiver was Lias that time. Good blocking and defending. The pass is intended for Stadinka. Stadinka trips at the 30-yard line, and the pass goes incomplete. No interference, no flags down.
That was pretty good coverage there by McAdory. They had two fellas back in that area. They obviously know, as do we and everybody else in town, that we've got to throw the ball here.
Absolutely. We've got to throw it, and they have 6 back. Now a penalty flag, as there is movement apparently on the Homewood line.
McAdory.
Well, slap my mouth. I believe that's right. David Durham mentions they may have lined up in the neutral zone. That's the encroachment or offsides call against McAdory, and so Homewood has 3rd and 2 now at about their own 49. That gives us a couple of downs to make the 2. Here's the give to Moulton. Straight ahead. We may have it. They stop the clock. The clock stops now with 2:27. The official clock operator, Johnny, on the spot as he stops it there. A first down is signaled. Now they move the chains, and they'll keep that clock stopped until they do. Well, Homewood shows some excellent training here. They are really on the spot. They don't have to waste a second at the ball. As soon as they started, Whitten has the snap. He gets some blocking in the backfield. Protected. Complete. Find your out of bounds, Scott. Well, it's good for a first down, so they'll stop it anyway.
Yeah, they're stopping it, and by the time they get it set up, we'll be ready.
All right, complete to Hazelden down at about the 33 or 34-yard line, and it's another Homewood first down. 2:17 now remaining. As soon as they start the clock, Homewood ready again. Referees maintaining tight control. They started. Whitten with the snap. Michael with lots of time, plenty of protection. He has Lias. Lias at the near sidelines, runs out of bounds. He's going to have a flag on that one, and indeed he does.
That was ridiculous there. I don't know why that fella did that. That's a break for us. It didn't hurt Reggie at all, and that's a nice penalty for us.
All right, we'll see it again, and you'll watch an absolutely late hit.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Look how far out Reggie is. He's out, and now the guy's still pulling him down. That was ridiculous.
Could have hurt his leg too. 2:07 is the time that shows on the clock. The ball will rest at about the 11-yard line. Homewood again at the line of scrimmage, ready to go. McAdory wants a timeout.
Barry, this game is a long way from being over.
I thought I saw McAdory signal a timeout. They do not. McAdory has no more timeouts. Okay. I'm told McAdory has no more. The clock starts at 2:07 and we take the snap. Whitten pressured in the backfield. Ooh, dragged down at about the 8-yard line, and we may have to take one now. We only have one timeout remaining.
Those run plays eat that clock up.
The running plays do at 1:53, 1:52, 1:51. All right, here we are. Now he looks to throw. He wants to throw. He has a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown, Homewood.
Oh, this is exciting, Barry. This game is not over yet.
Reggie Lias. He's done the work. And Lias catches it in the end zone.
Michael Whitten, what a terrific drive. He looks sharp all the way up and down this field. Obviously, we're going, let's see, Kevin's in. Let's see what we do here.
Kevin Miller to attempt the extra point. The kick is in the air. Be good. Yes, it is good. The score now with 1:43 remaining as you watch a replay of the touchdown is McAdory 10 and Homewood 7.
Barry, let me clear one thing up. I thought we were going to go for two there, and that's one of the many reasons why I'm up here and the coaches are down there. This is an area game. It won't end in a tie. If we can kick a field goal and tie it up, then we get to play it off. I wasn't even thinking. I was going to go for the win. The odds are you don't make your two-point conversion, and when you don't make it, then we'd have been down by 4. So a good call by the coaches. I wasn't figuring that right then.
Now what they've practiced, how to do an onside kick. You would anticipate that. McAdory is hearing that. McAdory, a little confused, comes out on the wrong side. McAdory was stunned by the speed of that drive, I think, and it showed through in the coaching as the Homewood players absolutely did not waste a second. All the way down that field.
Barry, you're exactly right. That was a beautiful drive. Beautiful drive.
Well engineered by Bob Newton, the offensive coordinator, and well executed by the Homewood Patriots. Kevin Miller will kick now. You would anticipate McAdory with its good hands, people, right up on the front of the McAdory line. It goes out of bounds. Oh, it was close. It was close. It went out of bounds at about the 45. We'll pause and change tapes and be back for the exciting conclusion. New tape in, and 1:43 remaining in this football game. McAdory has it. They agreed to take the ball at the 45-yard line. Larry, I'm not sure what we can do at this point except cause a turnover. We'll go for the ball.
I'm surprised they're handing it off instead of the quarterback going back and touching down a knee.
With our one timeout remaining, all they have to do with 1:43, 1:30 now remaining in the game is run the ball 4 times, I would think.
Yeah, I don't even look for them to hand the ball off.
$114, $113, $112. If we lose it, it will have been a valiant effort, coming just a little too late. Hand off in the backfield again. We're grabbing at the ball, but can't get it loose. Their backs have been told, use 2 hands. Clock still runs with 50, 49, 48. Key would be not to have a first down here. McAdory will obviously take all the time that it has in each huddle. 3rd and about 3. If they make the first here, that for sure is the game. That for sure is the game. Gabe Johnson straight ahead. First down and more.
First down, that's ball game.
That'll do it, folks. A tough one for the Patriots as the clock stops on the first down with 26 seconds. A tough one for the Patriots. They've taken a timeout. We'll take one, too, and get in one more commercial break. We'll come back for the end of it after this.
Thinking of buying or selling a home? Wondering what a realtor can do for you? Think VIP Realty, the oldest active residential real estate company in Homewood. Since we've served the Homewood, Birmingham area for 2 decades, we have the experience to provide you with complete guidance on the sale or purchase of a home. Plus, we're quick to respond from our centrally located Homewood office. And we give all our clients the VIP treatment. So what can a realtor do for you? A lot, especially if it's VIP Realty in Homewood.
Back at Waldrop Stadium, the sad story is there are 26 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And worse than that, Homewood trails 7-10 against a fine McAdory Yellow Jacket squad that came into this Area 9 game pumped up and ready to play. Now this is interesting. They put a protection player way back in their deep backfield. And their quarterback, Johnson, will simply take the ball and fall on it, downing it in the backfield. Penalty flag.
Yeah.
A few words.
Looks like we got a player ejected there, maybe.
Checking in for Homewood, number 73,
Chris Carr.
Yeah, Chris. I am going to get bifocals before the next football season.
Barry, I can't see what mine. You want these?
Yours haven't ever done you any good. I gave our statistician the light, and I couldn't see what I was doing here. It was just a big blur. Pull those glasses out about an inch, and that big blur became Chris Carr's name. Okay, 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds. This should be the last snap of the football game if they have to snap it. Coaches on the far sidelines are saying, no, you don't have to snap it. 2-1, and there is the end of the game. A big win for the McAdory Yellow Jackets. A tough loss for the Patriots. The guys, like the good players that they are, say congratulations out on the field, and I'm sure Anthony Webby will do his share of that as well. A tough loss. We're going to take a quick break for one final word from one of our sponsors, and then we'll be back to preview next week right after this. Stay with us.
It's Piggly Wiggly food stores for quality foods, friendly service, and fair prices. You'll find a wide selection of the freshest seasonal produce brought in daily, and the finest heavy Western USDA choice beef, and of course, plump, fresh-cut chickens never frozen. And Piggly Wiggly serves hot, fresh deli foods of the finest quality served up daily. The next best thing to home cooking. And Piggly Wiggly food stores are proud of our friendly people serving your needs in Mountain Brook, Homewood. It's Piggly Wiggly, the finest food stores around.
Boy, we appreciate the sponsorship of the Piggly Wiggly and all the folks who are sponsors on our Homewood Patriot rebroadcast. Larry, a couple of bright notes on an otherwise gloomy evening. Eric Moulton back at full speed tonight had 59 yards rushing. We hope that Tommy Lias's ankle is indeed only sprained. And as we told you at the first of this game, three guys with what we thought last week might have been season-ending injuries, probable starters again next week. Those being Kip Cowan and Brian Anderson, and I can't remember who the last one was. Eugene Sharp. Unfortunately, Michael Andrzejewski out for the season. Homewood just coming up a little bit short tonight, but hey, next week is another game, and we take on Winona right here at Waldrop Stadium. What do you know? Anything about Winona?
Barry, I've never seen a 6'8" quarterback in NFL, college, high school, Little League, or anywhere, but Winona has a 6'8" quarterback, and I think it's going to be exciting to watch a young man like that play ball.
Indeed it is. We'll practice on step ladders next week. We'll be back for the rebroadcast next week and want you to join us at that time. For the members of the broadcast crew that bring these games to you, and for my co-announcer Larry Wygant, I'm Barry Copeland saying thanks for